Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and this video is going to be a vlog from London. Me and the Debs went down there last week. But first, I've got a shout out for you.
Thank you, John. Yes, my name is Trevor, and welcome to the Double Bill Movies channel. So my channel is based mainly around originals and their remakes, but that would be boring if I just did episode after episode of Double Bills. So I like to mix it up a bit where I can. I have your usual sort of haul videos, collection videos, and things like that. But I used to work in the industry. I would say a lot of the discs you have in your collection I may have worked on myself. So that gave me the opportunity to do a series called How Physical Media is Made. The series is not quite complete yet, but it's a long process to make these discs. So we're sort of 4 episodes in at the moment. I do a series with another channel called Bumpers Movies, who also had a shout out on John's channel a few weeks back. And we're working our way through the 39 successfully prosecuted video nasties from the 1980s. Of course, there are more than those 39, and I'm sure at some point we'll work our way through those also. Those episodes jump between my channel and Bumper's channel. Now, the job that I did was based around Pinewood Studios, so probably uniquely on my channel, I actually have an interactive tour of Pinewood Studios. It's changed massively since I worked there, but so the titles that are used to do this tour probably show you what it was like around 2011, which is when I left Pinewood. So yes, plenty of interesting things in my playlist for you to check out if you want. Would love to see you in the comments, and got to hand you back to John. So thank you very much, John. Cheers. Take it easy.
And I urge you to get across to Trev's channel. He's got a great love for horror, and also he's got a good insider knowledge when it comes to things like mastering Blu-rays, and he's quite a wealth of knowledge when it comes to that. And I have a good time with his explanations on how certain things happen on Blu-rays and happen for a certain reason. He's quite an intriguing fellow to go to when you need to have some advice about or some thoughts on how some of these things are put together. So a link down below. I urge you to get across to Double Bill Movies and you'll have a great time on this channel. So thanks once again to Trev for making that video for me. Cheers, mate. So speaking of shout outs, today I was in Newcastle and I bumped into Ryan from Let's Get Kicking Movies. And we had a great chat. We were next to the 88 films section and we went through some of the movies on there and he come away with a big stash. It was funny because I had my head in the horror section and I was scanning the discs and I heard this bloke come past us on the phone and then he walked past and I heard, "Hey, John." And I thought, does he know me? And he was on his phone, he was looking away and I thought, oh, he's probably talking to this fella on the phone. Well, actually, it was Ryan behind us. And when he came round and says, how, I says, oh, all right, mate. And he says, I was calling you over there. And I says, that you? So, yeah, so it was great to catch up with Ryan. And we plan to do things in the future together like we did about a year ago when we met. I can't believe it was about a year ago. So when I was there, I didn't get anything at HMV. I had a few things in mind, but they weren't exactly the right price for us. So what I did, I went round to CEX to pick up a couple of things. I'll show you what they are before you watch the vlog. And first of all, with a shout out, funny enough, today I've picked up this from the neighbours, and this is from my good friend Michael Hewitt. And he's sent me a big, huge parcel here, which I'll be opening after this video, and you'll see this video probably next week. I looked in CEX and I found a couple of things which were pertinent to the things I got off him a while back, i.e. slipcover. So for £1, I picked up In the Blood. Didn't have a slipcover on, but that doesn't matter because Michael had supplied me with a slipcover, probably one of the first slipcovers he sent us. And I knew when I saw the slipcover, I thought I've got to own this movie, and I knew it would probably be cheap. But if you can see that this comes out, how really good this slipcover is. Haven't seen this movie, didn't know anything about it, but on the strength of the cast, I mean, it says and Danny Trejo, which means he's probably in for a second. But it's starring Gina Carano. I think she's a great actress. Obviously, I think she's fell out of favour recently with some comments, probably cancelled. Wow. But this is something that me and Debs like. We like good action films. So, like I say, that's it's a good pickup for £1, but the fact I knew there was slipcover was knocking about, and I thought I've got to get this movie because I like the slipcover that much that I had to get the movie to go with it, and I do like the cast. So that's in the blood. Also, I picked up, if you saw one of my, I think it was my last video, probably, or the one before that, I picked up, so I got some slipcovers from my good friend Dave Ramsden. So for £2, I picked up the movie Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. So there you go, and it's the 3D one as well. So not bad at all, eh? So I knew I wanted to see this one probably back in the day and never got around to it. So to see this for £2 with this, I mean, this slip is absolutely amazing. And of course, it didn't have a slip on there, did it? I wouldn't even known it had a slip like this if I'd went to pick it up there. So that's a thank you to Dave Ramsden. And also while I was there, on the strength of another slipcover I got, which I was looking for this movie, and I looked on the shelves to see if I had this movie. I didn't have any of them. I picked up the first movie, which is Daddy's Home, for £1. I think this movie is absolutely brilliant. It's so funny. This I reminded myself when I saw this, the bit where he's trying to do that skateboard trick to impress his family. It's one of the funniest things I've seen. I do think that when Will Ferrell, sorry, not Real Fellow, wow,
Where's me ladders?
when Will Ferrell is good in a movie, he's great. Sometimes he's a bit off, but but I think more Mark Wahlberg in here, this whole chemistry they've got together, where they absolutely kind of detest each other, is great. I think of this one and a sequel, a great companionship. They've got a good story arc going through the both movies. So that's Daddy's Home for £1. So, okay, let's get on with this holiday vlog. Now, what you'll see in this vlog is what I did was I said to the Debs when I got back from London, I says, how about coming on a video with me and talking about London? And she says, absolutely not. So I said, well, how about sitting next to us as you do and talk and maybe put your hand on screen and we'll talk about what were their experiences in London. She said, okay. So what I've done is I've put together, I've already got it filmed. I put the chat that we're having interspersed with either still photographs. I can't overlay the still photographs using this shortcut app. It doesn't do that, unfortunately. But I've put some of the film that was shot. When I say we did this or I saw that person, I've actually put the footage in that I took on that day. So I've interspersed that, and there you go. So, as you know, Deborah doesn't make a sort of very much of a presence in the channel at all, and she doesn't watch my videos, which is, I think, is a travesty, but never mind. She is actually in this video. She doesn't know about that. Well, I think she knows about the one when she was on the train, but the other one should, there's a picture of her, me and her, in Trafalgar Square. And she said I could put that on Instagram, so I put it on this video. So if you do see me on a forthcoming video with teeth missing, you know that didn't go too well. And also after the video, you will see what I picked up from Fopp. So let's roll the vlog. London, May 2023. So this part of the video is a little bit of a vlog. I'm sat here with the Debs. Deborah. Put your hand out so people know you. All right. So anyway, so yes, what I'll do is I'll try and put on this video, if I can do it and be dead clever, I'll try and put on video clips of when we were out and about in London, which we had 2 fantastic days in London, didn't we?
We did.
It was lovely weather. And when, when we got on the train, Deborah says, can I sit next to the window? So you got next, I mean, we've got video of little bits that I'm going to talk about. You can see the videos, but basically you sat next to the window and, well, what did you see?
Nothing.
Here's Deborah's nice view out of the window.
I think I'll have the aisle now.
No, I've got the aisle. Yeah. Get a crick neck looking out there.
God, it's kind of.
It was just like where the window ends and the bit between the windows starts. So you've got like
Just the solid part of the tree.
just the solid. Well, you'll see in this video that. And anyway, to add injury to that, insult injury. When we were going up, Deborah says, "Take a look at this," and the person in front of us had pulled what was left of actually, I had a better view, didn't I? Because I was watching from the other seat. with this lovely little dog that was next to us, which was great. So I could see out the window, but you really couldn't, could you?
No.
So the only bit you could see out of it, somebody at the front of you pulled the blind down, didn't it? And put the head on it. She couldn't even move it, could she? So it was good. So that was the start of. We always have a little bit of I wouldn't say bad luck, but there's always things that go a little bit wrong,
It
don't
was
there?
on the only blind on the train that was pulled down.
Yeah, no,
And then she wasn't even looking out the window. Why would she have that window? It wasn't even her seat anyway. It was the guy next door.
that's right.
And then she pulled that out and didn't even look out the window once because she was asleep.
I know. So it was really good that, wasn't it? So anyway, like I say, the little video clips, you've probably seen that video clip at this point, but you'll get to see these little bits that we're trying to talk about. And then we got into King's Cross Station, which is great because we're like London anyway. So King's Cross was somewhere we've been quite a few times. And Deborah come up with the idea of what was your idea, Deborah? To save a bit of time.
Oh, both go through the barrier together.
Both go through the barrier together. Well, you got through the barrier all right, didn't you? And then what happened to me?
Well, you said you got stuck. I didn't
It,
see you
I
get
did
stuck.
get stuck. Yeah, well, the fact it was shut, do you see, it was like closed. This thing was like that, but it was about that open. And I was in the middle of that trying to get out of it. Could you not hear us go, "Oi?" Do you not hear that?
Yeah.
No, you didn't, did you? And then the blokes go and just get out this one. And because I couldn't manage the photograph, could I, or the scan thing. So that was good. So then I got towed out the other end with broken ribs, which, like I keep saying it,
Which
but
you
you'll see.
never mentioned at all, did you?
Okay. Well, you had broken ribs that still aren't mended, I don't think. So this is us leaving King's Cross Station. We are now traversing towards Tottenham Court Road. I'm going to have to look for a doctor actually because, I've just broken my ribs in the turnstile, haven't I, Deborah?
I knew you would put that on.
No, I did. We thought we'd get 2 through on 1 ticket, but obviously that's not a thing. Excuse me, I didn't need that leg. And yeah, so what I did was I got stuck when the thing stuck, but you didn't even know. Did you not hear a scream?
No.
I did scream as
You
well.
scream all the time, so.
Yeah, nah. But I really screamed this time. I was like, ugh. It's like a sucker punch. It's like getting punched in the stomach off Mike Tyson.
Oh my, get out of my freaking way.
Don't say stuff like that. Anyway, excuse the bad language. Yeah, can hardly breathe, but never mind. We're in London. Aye, same you, pal. And then we got into a digs which was lovely. And then what do we do on my first day over there? Well, of course, went to Fopp. That was non-negotiable. That.
And then look for the HMV that wasn't there.
Oh yeah, we went and because HMV is going to start up again sometime soon on Oxford Street because we went on Oxford Street, didn't we? And you went looking for this for Matthew's shorts, and we had to wait ages to make sure that we got these pair of shorts that fitted him, but the top didn't. The one that the top was said was going to fit him. But anyway, what's the shop called? Gymshark, which you can't take anything back to. Well, going to send it. Is he going to send it?
John, I don't need to know all that, man.
Well, it's something to talk about. It was just the fact that we went to this Gymshark and it took me ages. Well, somebody pinched it. We went back for the pants, didn't we? And somebody took them and we saw them wandering around the shop thinking, are they going to put them back? But they didn't. So what we did was we had to wait an hour for this bloke to bring, nice bloke. It was 45 minutes for him to bring this this pair of shorts for him. But anyway, yeah, so that's what he got for a present. And then we went on Oxford Street with the thing to say, let's look on maps. Google Maps is great, but we found that Google Maps kind of ruined our lives a little bit as we followed it and we were all over the place trying to find certain places. But anyway, the short story was that HMV is not open yet, is it?
Well, I don't think so because I couldn't find it. So.
Well, we couldn't find it, but I kept saying it was not open anymore. On Google Maps, it said this is derelict. This building, well, it's not derelict, but So then we went, so that was the first day, and then we had this plan that we were going to get some some great food we've never got before, because you can eat all these things anywhere you want in Newcastle. We're going to get some really a la carte. Um, well, I know it's a la carte, so that's just sent to say a la carte for comedy value. So we wandered around, and there was any amount of places to eat from. And what did we end up eating on the first night?
So, pizza.
Pizza, yeah. It was delicious, mate, wasn't
Because
it? Oh, here we go.
yes, I know, but you're vegetarian, so it's quite hard to find anything. You don't eat potatoes, you don't eat this, you don't eat that. It's quite stressful.
It's not really.
It really is.
Well, I had chips one night.
Yeah, no, but I'm waiting for the repercussions of that.
Well, we're having chips tonight, so there's that. There's other
Yeah,
repercussions.
but you won't have stuff.
Anyway, the pizza was lovely, wasn't it? Well, I had a slightly different pizza. What was it again? Can you remember?
This one don't need to know all that. Just do and then
Stop banging on there. It'll go right through everyone. It'll be going like that because it'll go through their sound system, the surround sound, Dolby Atmos will be kicking off and all that. Anyway, because everyone's wanting to know this, I will edit it down a little bit. So we had a pizza, then we went to, what was that shop called? Well, that ice cream. It's the best ice cream you'll ever get. If you're ever in London, you've got to get this ice cream. Because we couldn't work out what it was. I just wanted an ice cream. Because we couldn't get anything really for pudding there, could we? We just said, "Oh, I'll have a wander and get some ice cream." Then we'll come across this shop, and somebody was having a massive argument, wasn't it? That them two lasses, they kept coming backwards and forwards to have this huge, well, I don't know what it was, with the owner, or the person working in the counter. So we worked out that this ice cream, which wasn't cheap, but nothing was, the cones is a waffle, isn't it?
mhm.
A toasted waffle, which is folded up, and you get your ice cream in with chocolate dipped in the side. So that would probably be my first day. And then second day, it was decided to go for it. Oh no, I went to Fopp, and no, that wasn't the Fopp incident. Was the second day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to Fopp, had a look around, got a few things which you'll see on this video somewhere. Then the next day, we went all the way just for a walk, didn't we? And didn't we go for a walk? It was it 21,000, 10 miles, 21,000 steps. And was that when we went to, I went down to,
Southbound. We went
we went to Trafalgar Square. Was that one? Or went to Trafalgar Square on that day, for the first day? Is that when your hair? Is that when your wig blew off? I can't show you because Deborah's forbade me it. But that's that photograph. What was it like though? When you the wind was coming up, my hair was a mess. My eyebrows were practically blown off my face. But we took this photograph, and I've got about 6 billion photographs on there. And Deborah says, "Oh, that's not good enough. That's not good enough." But this one here, I don't know what happened. It's your face as well. This look on your face, and I don't know what it is on the photograph as well. You look tiny. Don't you look small? What a laugh. So we had that to contend with. I kept looking at that photograph, didn't we? And then, so that was the first day, wasn't it? So the second day we walked right down from Tottenham Court Road is where we stopped, and we went right down to
Trafalgar Square,
Trafalgar Square.
Horse Cars Parade, Big Ben,
Yeah,
Westminster Abbey, Westminster Bridge, and we went along the South Stand, didn't we?
past
Just-
the London Eye, which is massive. No way on earth you would get me on that thing. Wow.
To the Tate.
The Tate Modern. Now, we went there a couple of years ago, 10 years ago, and we thought it was quite laughable, apart from the anti-war stuff. But we looked at it this time, and it was, well, it was better, but there was still some absolute trash in it, wasn't it? There was a receipt on the wall, wasn't there? Frame. From the co-op. And that was an art. I would love to have seen what it had next to it to say, as it holds something, you know, a receipt. Imagine I had that. And actually, we saw a couple of famous people. We saw Robert Peston, not what I was calling them, Peston. We saw him on his bike, and I said, "Look, there's Robert Peston." Well, I didn't say that. I said, "There's Robert." And you said, "Where?" And I said, "Well, he's away now." It was him. And who else did we see?
I don't know, some people that I don't.
Yeah, but we definitely saw them. We saw that, well, was that when we come back from the South Bank? We've done a massive all the way around there, didn't we?
Well, we had to look for a toilet.
No,
For
you
you.
went to the toilet. You went to the toilet, and then we went to this coffee shop in the middle of, there was only one coffee shop, and I said, "Hang on, that toilet's not working." So you asked, didn't you? He says, "Oh, it's blocked," so you couldn't use the toilet. So
It was you who was the toilet?
I said, just in case, but I didn't go then.
Yeah, no, but every cafe had to go in there. I had to ask if the toilet was waiting for you.
Yes, because you can't, there's no toilets in London. There's no bins either. Isn't there? Bins or toilets, not you're going to combine the pair of them. But Deborah, when we were on the South Bank, you went to the toilet. £1. You know the slot that you put in, like usually 20 pence or 10 pence or free.
Well, it was worth it.
Well, maybe, but I didn't go though, didn't I?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't let me go in that, through the gate and get like that bloke with the roses. Every time I walked along, he said, "Rose for the lady." And I was like, "No, you're right." And then 2 seconds later, he's coming around again. And I'm thinking, you're having a laugh because we've seen you 15 times, didn't he? So we did that. And then we went back into London. And I says, I'll nip to Fopp again, just in case. And we got lost because
Well, I went to Covent Garden.
we went to Covent Garden. We knew that Fopp was quite close. But when we did it, the the app was saying go this way, and then we're going that way, and it was saying go that way. When we looked at the app, and it showed you it went in a complete circle, then went back to Fopp, and went for a look around. Oh, that's when I got. I haven't shown you the ones. I got this 4K downstairs. So anyway, walking up the stairs, didn't I? And I said to Deborah, I says, this is the last thing I need to do, walk up these stairs, I hope I don't fall over. As a joke, guess what I did? I went flying, didn't I? But I was going, well, what did I do? Did I
I
land on
don't
it?
know, but you grabbed back to my jeans and then just to save your DVD or 4K or whatever
Excuse
it
me,
is.
4K.
Huh?
Yeah, what happened was I was going down and I thought, well, I'm going to fall, but I've got this thing in my hands and I'm going to have to use my hands to do something. I think I just kind of just sort of like leant on you or something, but I really went flying, mind. And but I didn't damage the 4K or the slip, so that was good, wasn't it? I broke both my wrists and clawed and ripped Deborah's pants at the back. That doesn't matter. My 4K was intact. So then we went, as we're going around, we went down to the Jury, was it Jury Lane? Jury Lane. And we see all these people coming out, didn't we?
Mm.
And we says, oh, we saw that, what's that reviewer called in the Tate Modern? But 9 foot tall he was. Massive, massive. Never seen anyone so big in my life. Had this huge hat on as well, but he wasn't fooling me. I knew it was him. No, Mark Lawson. Yeah. So I still awake, Deborah.
Well,
So
it's just because the takeaway's coming.
I know we've got a takeaway coming, so we're going to have to wrap this up. It's not a wrap what happened. And so I went to see, went along to this thing, and there was like loads of people waiting outside that.
Frozen, wasn't it?
It was outside Frozen, but I don't think this bloke's got anything to do with it. It was that Sam Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
He was not the X Factor, the Eurovision Song Contest for last year. He come second, so he come out, didn't he? And he started singing a song with a choir. So that was a bit weird, wasn't it?
Mm.
It was good though. I think he done it for his fans. So yeah, good on him. Then we went off, and I says, look, we're definitely going to have something really different to eat this. We're going to have something. We're going to have something mega a la carte. That's true.
Oh, you've missed out that on
What?
the first night we saw the Little Mermaid
Oh yeah,
premiere.
we walked along. That's what just everywhere we walked along, and went down to Leicester Square, and we heard this commotion. Well, not commotion, but voices. And we looked on this big screen, and it was Melissa McCarthy, wasn't it? And I'd says either they're showing some show or she's actually there. So when we looked, well, you couldn't see it for this big pretend rock. She was getting interviewed. So we didn't actually get the footage of the interview, but I got footage of the other people who we didn't know who they were, but all the crowd were going mad for them. So then we stood at this side, and then we got some footage of them at this Little Mermaid. That was all right, wasn't it? There was loads of people there, and they must have known who they were. I didn't got a clue. And so on our last meal on the night, I said we're going to have something special, something different. We had a look around. We found out loads of places that sold different foods. And what do I have, Deborah?
Pizza.
Pizza. Wasn't Pizza Hut. It was, what was it?
Ah,
Oh, it was this quite, it wasn't like a chain, it was a quite nice, wasn't it?
mm.
So yes, so I had two pizzas and they were lovely. And then of course I had another one of those ice creams. First I had pistachio, next it was strawberry. But if you ever go and get one, £7, mind, but they're worth it. I didn't have a pudding, did we? So it was kind of just something we, wanted to. And on the last night though, it was mega busy, wasn't it? It was absolutely chocker. And also went, which you'll see some footage of, went to that place. Where was it? Next to a station, a tube station, and they had that meditation thing.
People are walking along and that, you see 'em. Can't see 'em until they start walking. That thing was before anyway. So how did it? No, no. Of course, it would be fish, wouldn't it?
So we could sit in there and just chill out. It was really good. Really enjoyed that. And that pink flamingo was on there. I don't know if they got the relevance for that one. But in general, we had a great time in London, as we always do. We'll probably, hopefully, try and go down again this year sometime. Do you think?
Mhm.
And do you think we'll get something else apart from pizza? Do you not want to take, that photograph and cut it so it's just got your face on and put on your profile
No.
profile picture? No? No, okay. Right, so I'll put you back to me talking about what I picked up from Fopp. So
Bye.
she doesn't hang around too much, does she? We're going to get an Indian meal, but we couldn't decide on the restaurant. But I think the restaurant would be nice.
But you didn't want to walk.
It was just there. We walked past it.
Oh, I thought you meant here.
No, we says we'll go out and get an Indian meal when we come back from this week. That never went anywhere, did it? Well, I would have. Well, I couldn't be bothered actually. We've walked 40,000, 50,000 miles in about 2 days. So anyway, I will now put you back to me talking about what I got from Fopp or wherever. So we had a brilliant time, and I love going to Fopp. I wish there was one that was closer to us in Newcastle, but it was great to go there, and it was it was probably the thing I was most looking forward to, apart from the pizza. So in Fopp, for £8, I picked up a movie that I've been after for a long time. I've been waiting for a price drop on this one because I think I will enjoy it. Haven't seen it before, but it's one of those movies that I think is going to be right up my alley. And it was Death Sport. Now this is starring John Carradine, which is even better. The fact it's not John Carradine, it's David Carradine, isn't it? I knew as soon as I said John Carradine, I got that wrong. Never mind. It's live, and that's what happens. Oh, I could have got that in the edit, couldn't I? So I put this on. I'll tell you what I think the picture quality is on this. I put this on and it looked like it looked like one of those movies where, I mean, this looks like really bad effects, and it is bad effects. It's got a lot of matte overlays where you see these great buildings which are kind of just drawn on. But that doesn't take anything away from this movie. I love stuff like that. This movie is probably one of these kind of Roger Corman kind of things where it's a movie that's way like it's trying to be something it's not. And a bit like Death Race 2000, which I love, which is probably this is from 1978. So this is a movie that's kind of going to be a bit like that, and that's why I wanted to see it. As soon as I saw it, in the year 3000, there will be no more Olympic Games, World Series, or Super Bowl. There will only be Death Sport, which is kind of like a blatant rip-off of Rollerball as well, which is wow. So yeah, you can say this is a rip-off, but I like stuff like that. So that's Death Sport. Next up, I've got another one I've been after for a long time, and I thought was quite expensive, so I've been waiting for it. Actually, the picture quality in here was really good. It's not brilliant, but it's better than I thought it was going to be. But I like sometimes when things are a bit grindhousey. So this one here, it's always been a bit expensive, and I thought this could be a gamble if I don't like it. I do think I would like it, but do I want to pay £18 for it? So for £10, it was an instant purchase. It is Deathstalker 1 and 2. Now, this movie, the first one, stars as the lead actress, the woman who I'm going to blank on her name. I shouldn't do really because of the tragic events that surrounded her. She was actually the unlucky person that went round to Phil Spector's house, and that's what he spent his later years in jail for, the murder of this woman, which was such a shame for her because when we watched the documentary, we're quite interested in Phil Spector and all his strangeness, and his wigs. I should wear a Phil Spector wig, shouldn't I? That big, huge afro thing he had. Wow, I won't. This one here, it's actually the picture quality on this one. The first one was absolutely brilliant, and it looks exactly what it looks like on there. Of course, they don't look like that really. And I'm interested to see if this one in Deathstalker 2, this picture here is anything like the probably very bad special effects you'll see of that. But it's great you get the two movies on here. These are movies a bit like Red Sonja, which is so awful. It's amazing. That makes me think I would really like this type of thing. I love that cover, but for £18, I couldn't take the gamble. But for £10, it was a no-brainer. And it's these ones these ones in when me and Ryan were going around the shelves with 88 and 101. We saw them all there. So if you're after these two, £8 for that and £10 for that. It's a bit of a steal if I'm honest. So that's Deathstalker 1 and 2. Next up is a one that's I like this company, but they always seem to be stupid on the prices, like 24 and £25 for the Blu-rays, and you think, I don't think so. But for £10, I saw this one, and I thought, I'm getting that. It is Top Knot Detective. This is such a strange movie. It's got a brilliant, this looks like it's a bit distressed or a bit raggy, but it's not. That's the way it's actually meant to look. This, I don't really understand what this is about. I've just had a flick through it and I thought, what am I watching here? It seems as if it's a documentary about this movie and about how hard it was to make or how hard it was to find to get back together. I'll put that up there and you might be able to get more of an idea about it than what I'm actually seeing because I just had a brief flick and I thought, am I seeing a movie here? Am I seeing a video about the movie? I don't really know. But I know that all the third window films I've got, I really enjoy. And this one, I've heard good things about it. But you see, for £24 or £25 if it was that, there's no way I would go for that. It's a bit of a gamble, but it might pay off. But I love that cover. I mean, look at that VHS thing that they've got, the hi-fi thing. They've got that sticker on. It's not a sticker, sorry. And yeah, it's got a real throwback about it. Looks like a vintage, like VHS cassette. So that's one of the biggest surprises of the year, easternkicks.com, sorry. So there you go. Don't know much. I mean, when it shows you footage of this movie, if it is real footage, it looks atrocious. But the documentary is brand new, I think, or brand new-ish. So there you go. So that's Top Knot Detective. Hard to say. Next up, I got I'll take it out of the slip that I put in. I'll tell you about the slip in a minute. I got in 4K Doctor Strangelove. As you know, I'm going through all of the Stanley Kubrick movies, and I'm up to this one. This is going to be the next one that I look at. And I'm having a blast with these movies thus far. And they have changed quite a lot in my rankings with going back to them because I'm seeing most of them for the second time or the first time, kind of. The earlier ones that I've seen up to this one, which I think is 1964, they are kind of not really Stanley Kubrick-esque, but they're so good. And this is the 4K because I've got the Blu-ray. Now, speaking of which, this has never come with a slipcover. At the moment, I'm putting the Blu-ray slipcover on it. Now on the shelves, you can kind of see that it's not got the 4K, you know, side on it, which isn't a problem. At the moment, it'll sit on there until I go to my good friend Jam Slips, link down to his channel down below, or his where you can get on Instagram and get in touch with them if you're wanting a slipcover. Now, I knew this didn't have a slipcover. Now I'm in touch with James. I can say to James, look, can you make me up a slipcover for this one? And I might be able to say, can you make it exactly like this and just get rid of that? And or could you come up with some designs and then I pick from that and then I get it sent to me, and it's as easy as that, and you've got yourself a designer slip. Now I tried this out. I've got the Blu-ray, I've also got the 4K, as you know. So I tried them out, I compared them together, and if I'm honest, there's not a lot of difference in it. I do think that the 4K is a bit grainier, so therefore it's a bit sharper. I do think that the Blu-ray is nice. The Blu-ray is a bit lighter because obviously it's got Dolby Vision on, so it takes the sort of brightness down a touch. So if you're a fan of a brighter movie with less grain, go for the Blu-ray. If you're a fan of a bit of dark, it doesn't matter about the darker to me because you can still see all the stuff. And it's light grain, but you get the uptick on here is the sharpness. The sharpness is much better. And but it's not one way, it's not night and day. But you know, I did want to get, it was only £15, so I thought, yeah, I've got to get that for my Stanley Kubrick collection. I will be very quickly talking about that. I haven't finished off with Kubrick, so I will do a revisit of the Kubrick ones. I will probably be doing upgrading most of them to 4. Well, I will be upgrading them all to 4K, but the ones I've seen on Blu-ray that being that good, that I thought they've got to be 4K'd. I'm hoping for a big, huge box set to come out and maybe do the whole lot in one go, kind of. Anyway, so highly recommended this one. I have seen it before and I did enjoy it. Will I enjoy it more the second time or less? It remains to be seen. It'll be the next Stanley Kubrick film I'm watching. But for £15, I think there's still £15, 14.99. Why not? So that's Doctor Strangelove. So the last one that I got, and this is the one that I fell up the stairs with. The good thing is I didn't damage the slipcover at all. I mean, can you imagine there was only slipcover there as well? So that's why I was all, I mean, yes, Deborah did bear the brunt of me falling on it, but you know, what is love for? So for £18, I picked up Star Trek 4. Now, as you know, me and the Debs are visiting the Star Trek movies and we are having such a blast with these movies. I watched Star Trek 3 the other night, well, we did. And it was good to actually watch these with another person because sometimes when you watch movies like this, I mean, had a blast with them. I am having blast with them. But when you watch these movies again, you think, to share that view with somebody else. I love watching movies with my son. Well, he's grown up now. He's not really that bothered about watching movies with me. Old pops. But this visiting these ones with Deborah, I haven't watched this one yet, is great. So I put this on, and I've got to say that the picture quality on 1 and 2 are amazing on 4K. 3 is pretty good. This one is it's not bad. I thought this one would be better than it is. It's okay. It's pretty good. The colors are amazing in it. The sharpness is pretty good. But it's not. But the thing is, because the Blu-ray in the box set I've got up there is so heavily DNR'd, the face is one of the worst DNRs I've ever seen on this one here. So to get that gone is a godsend. So for me, this is like a huge jump from the Blu-ray because to me, actually the Blu-ray is unwatchable because of the features. Most of the other things on the DNR don't really show up. It's the faces which bear the brunt of it. And to be honest, you're going to look at their faces more than most things. And when they're talking to you and look like a Play-Doh model of themselves, you think, wow. So there you go. So that was a great trip down London. As you know, me and the Debs are massive fans of the city. We can't wait to go there again soon. I was really excited to pick these releases up that I've been after for quite a while, actually, especially them two. So, thanks for watching. Please do go out and check out Double Bill Movies down below, and also Ryan's Let's Get Kicking Movies. Check out their links and also James as well, if you're after a custom made slip. Now the thing is about what I don't really mention about James is that when I made custom slips and I say, can I have that? Can I have this? Can you put the 4K sign up there and whatever? He sends me that slip. And you know when you say what's in your collection that's the most limited edition you've got? Well, I'm going to have to say those slips, because when they are like you're customized to you, it's like one of one. There's no other ones like it. So you might want to go down that route to say this is, and they look spectacular. And James is getting better and better at doing these slips as well. To be honest, the stuff he's putting out now is probably better than some studios put out. So that's saying a lot for him. Okay, so thanks for watching. You take care, and I will see you on the next video. Cheers.